Hello, everybody. I'm Michael Gongora, and we are back after a 2-year hiatus with The Voice of Miami Beach, where we talk to the most interesting people in South Florida in arts, entertainment, law, and politics. And now that we're in the month of June, we are going to close it out with a special Pride Month edition with one of the most high-profile LGBTQ members of our community, my good friend, music producer, DJ, not bad-looking guy either, Eliad Cohen. Welcome, Eliad. How are you today?
Thank you, Michael. I'm happy to be here.
We're so excited to have you because, this guy has such a following. You need to look him up on Instagram. I'm telling you, 1.4 million followers tuning in to see what he does every day. And it's so exciting because there's new music coming out week after week after week.
Every Friday.
Every Friday. Well, let's start. I understand you have some new music hot off the presses coming out with an A-list actor, Luke Evans. What can you tell us about that?
So it's a Pride Month. So I was thinking about something special for Pride Month. And Luke Evans, which is a very good friend of mine and one of my favorite artists out there, amazing actor, and surprisingly, incredible, amazing singer.
Yeah. Well, I've heard he did Beauty and the Beast.
Yes, he's Gaston from Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah.
He's the original actor of Dracula. He's Dracula.
He's good looking too. I've started following him on Instagram. For those of you that want to follow some people that post nice pictures, also check out Luke Evans, especially the new song that has been remixed by Eliad Cohen.
Yes.
All right, Eliad, you are originally from Israel, correct?
Correct.
All right. So how did you get from Israel to Miami? Tell us a little bit about your journey to South Florida.
So my journey started in Akko, a very small city in the north of Israel, which there is only like 60,000 people living there. Then when I was 18, I went to the army for 3 years, 18 till 21. 21, I moved to Tel Aviv for 6 years. I was a bartender and personal trainer. That's how it started. And
Built the muscles, everybody.
And then when I was 26, I was already on the top of the parties. I was on world tour, and all those flights were a lot for me. So I moved to Madrid, to Spain, for 4 years, which I loved. I did some TV there, TV shows, and continued with my tour. Then when I was almost 30, I was thinking, okay, if I'm going to do well in Spain, I'm going to do well here in Spain. If I'm going to do well in Tel Aviv, I will do well in Tel Aviv. If you want to do well around the world, you need to move to US. And if you do well there, you do well all over the world. So I applied for EB1 visa.
Yeah. Is that the artist visa or what is that?
It's the
visa?
one that if you get approved, you get permanent green card.
Oh, wow.
It's the hardest one to get. It took me a year and a half. It took me a lot of documents, a lot of work with a lawyer. But once I got the green card right away and I moved to US.
So Israel and Spain's last was Miami and Miami Beach's gain.
Yes.
So when I started hearing about you, before I met you, I heard you did these amazing, fun parties, the Papa World Tour.
Yes.
Is that correct?
Correct.
All right. Are these like circuit parties? Are they around the world? Are you still involved in those?
I started the Papa Party 15 years ago. It was in Tel Aviv Pride. Very quick, it became one of the 3 biggest gay parties in the world. I still do it, but now I'm playing in different events. For example, this weekend I'm going to play in New York Pride.
Wow.
On the rooftop of the public hotel, which is designed by Ian Schriger, the one from Studio 54. Super cool location. So this one will be super like Afro house, disco music. It's not a Papa Party. It's just me going as a DJ.
Well, I love that because I've really seen a transition. You got into DJing and your career has progressed very quickly from DJ now to music producer with a growing list of songs on Spotify charts. And I noticed like one of them, I think it's In Common, has like 600,000 views with Nikki Valentine, Brazilian singer who was a finalist on The Voice Brazil.
Yes.
And I see you've recorded a few songs with Nikki. She lives here too, right?
Nikki just moved to Miami. Yeah, she lives actually not far from here. And yeah, she is my best friend. She traveled with me all over the world. She was singing in Papa parties. And then I told her, listen, I want to do this song. And me and her, everything on like FaceTime. She's recording, she's sending me, I'm in the studio. It's very easy and we really enjoy creating stuff together.
That's important. You've got to work with people you like.
the most
So-
important, I think.
This is kind of amazing because, you started as a bartender and personal trainer.
Yes.
You saw an opportunity to promote the Papa Party and other parties where you started making money, traveling, actually producing events. Then you transitioned into DJ and now music producer.
Yes.
How do you do that? Where does the musical talent come from? Like, how do you develop the skill?
So when I started the party, Papa Party, I produced it, which means that I was responsible for the visuals, I was responsible for the clothes of the dancers, I was responsible for the DJs, which I manage till today, 5 DJs. So I work with all my DJ on the music. It's not that suddenly I'm like, okay, I'm gonna start to get into the music industry. No, I was always in the music industry. I was the one who told all my DJ the vision I have for Papa Party, how I want the music, how, there are a lot of DJs that will play a lot of hits one after one. And I'm like, I don't think that this is something that will make you special, because it's easy to play, Rihanna and then Beyonce and then Sweet Dreams and everybody's shouting. But in the end, I think being a DJ, it's a journey. It's like there are ups and down and right and left. And if you just go and give it after it after it, it just, in the same moment, people will be excited, but I don't see it as a long-term, a very successful career for someone.
Yeah, you got to keep it fresh. All right.
Yes.
So, as somebody in the music industry, who are your favorite artists and who are your dream artists to be able to work with?
My favorite artist, obviously, we have the big DJ like David Guetta, Tiesto, which I have a crazy story that I think 6 months ago I was in Phoenix. Right before my gig, I was in my hotel room. Took a shower. I was a bit tired. And once I got out of the shower, I see that Tiesto liked one of my songs, Hide You, with Metal Razon.
Oh.
He went and he liked it. And I'm like, am I dreaming? I was like, am I dreaming?
Wow, Tiesto.
Yeah, this was a huge compliment for me. And especially, when you produce something and you have someone like Tiesto, which I look up to him, is, he liking your song. So for me, it was like, make me feel very good.
That's great. I like the idea of you playing on a bill with Tiesto soon. All right. So, what singers would you like to work with in the future?
Singers. I have millions of ideas for singers.
You have to like Madonna. I'm sorry.
Madonna, of course. I have a lot of remixes, not official one, but for now. Madonna, I love, I think Rihanna, she didn't release a song for a long time. So I think...
When you look at who's had the most #1 Billboard dance chart hits, it's Madonna then Rihanna. That's like the reigning queen and princess of the dance floor, so to speak. So I think you can't go wrong working with either of those two superstars.
And Lady Gaga, which is becoming now, I think, one of the top artists of all time.
Yeah.
Her talent, in the beginning, it was very gimmick. Her wearing the dress with the meat and all these looks to the shows. But now you see a real talent on the piano and in her concert. She's amazing.
I love Lady Gaga. I have a story too. When Lady Gaga first came out with her first album, she played the opening of a clothing store on Lincoln Road. This was obviously before Just Dance hit. I think it was the Miss 60 clothing store. And then shortly thereafter, she came back and played a gig at Score. And everybody thought she was cool, but I don't think anybody realized just how big her career would blow up. So she is an amazing talent.
Yes.
And you do a lot here. Right now, Miami Beach Pride recently celebrated our own celebration. And of course, who would they have? DJing and performing, but Eliad Cohen. And you had just played Miami Beach Pride in April.
Yes.
How is it playing right here in your hometown?
It feels amazing, especially that you have location like the city closing Ocean Drive. There are no cars. They're putting the DJ booth on the street. You have the ocean view. This is something that you can't find it in other cities. It's something very unique to Miami and Miami Beach. And I'm so happy that the city and the people that working there are pushing and supporting Pride, because we're living in a crazy time right now. And it's so important to be here and to show that we are here and to celebrate life.
I agree. I love Pride. I know that lately it seems to become a political thing.
Yeah.
I just see it as a celebration of all people. Everybody's welcome. It's a chance to show your true colors, and that it's all of our different colors that make us more beautiful together.
True.
So speaking of beautiful, you look pretty good. Do you work out?
I do work out sometimes.
Okay. I thought so. Look at can we see the bicep? All right, everybody. Do you have a special somebody?
Right now, what?
Do you have a special somebody in your life? I mean, I know you do, but
So I do, yeah. Pietro, my boyfriend, my partner for life. We are together almost for 4 years. He's my rock. He's like, he never go to gay parties. He never even go out to parties in general. He's very chill guy, and I think that's why we complete each other. When we met for the first time, in his head, he's like, he met me, party producer, traveling the world, and in his head, he's like, oh my God, he will want to track me out every time. And then after 3 or 4 months together, we'll be on the sofa and he'll be like, hey, would you like to go out for a dinner or something? I love staying home. So it was a surprise for him that I rather stay home more than he is.
well, it's funny because your image is built on, being muscular, you're hairy, you have the beard, you have like a real macho look. So, people can form all kinds of different impressions based on a photograph. But in truth, in person, you're such a sweetheart. Like the personality and the look doesn't always match. And I think that Pietro is a wonderful guy. I've known him for a long time too. So you're both very lucky to have each other.
We are indeed.
And actually, we met you, my partner Alberto and I think we met you around the time you started dating about 4 years ago.
Shout out to Alberto. I love you.
Yeah, shout out to Alberto, who does fashion. And you do fashion.
Yes, I have my swimsuit collection. Yeah.
Tell me about that fashion line. Maybe there's a future collaboration in the works here.
I would love to. Every time I see Alberto, I tell him that I would love him to design some stuff. My stuff is more like swim shorts, tank top, t-shirts, something that I love. I love when I play in pool parties or even in the night and I see people wearing my collection. It makes me feel good. I started it in COVID time, which was like, I wanted to be busy. And then every year it just got bigger and bigger. And this year we launched also underwear and people loving it. And I'm so happy.
It's hot. I've been noticing the swimsuit with summer. So now I'm noticing more people posting pictures in the swimsuits. So it's good. Yeah. I'm going to get to the gym too. So next time we come,
Motivation.
Maybe I'll put on one of the swimsuits. We'll see.
Okay.
All right. Let's talk about Miami Beach.
Yes.
You chose to live here. You said you came to the U.S. to take your career to the next level. But why here? Why Miami? Why Miami Beach?
So actually, I moved to L.A. first. Mm-hmm. And, I used to do a lot of parties in U.S., in L.A., in New York, in Miami. I always was in love with Miami. But in my head, I'm like, okay, L.A., this is where the place to be, right? You need to be there to meet people. But I was there and I was still flying a lot to Europe and to Tel Aviv. And it was just very tough. And then I was just in and out. And the airport is far and there is so much traffic. And then I'm like, you know what? Just follow my heart. And I just want to move to Miami. And it was 3 months before COVID.
Oh, good time.
The best timing ever.
This was a great place to spend COVID, at least because we have the beaches and we closed down Ocean Drive. That was my idea as a commissioner, so that people could get out there and ride bike and exercise and enjoy the outdoors.
Indeed. It was not just a great city, it was the best city in the world to be in because, as you said, my friends was in a lockdown in New York and in Europe, in Tel Aviv, and then I bought a bicycle right before. I will go every day for 1 or 2 hours on my bikes, ride, get some sun, fresh air, come back home, eat healthy, design a new stuff for my new collection. It was, I tried to keep myself busy in that time, and it was a great time to be in Miami.
I love that. Well, let's talk about some of the great things in Miami. I always like to ask people, what's your favorite restaurants? Where do you recommend when people ask you where to eat? Both expensive and casual.
Okay, so when I want a good steak, there is Fleming's Steakhouse in Brickell, which I love.
There's one in the Gables right under my law firm too. Okay.
There is, but David Montoya, the manager, is in Brickell and is a good friend. So shout out.
Shout out to Fleming's Brickell.
There is also in Brickell Komodo, which is great sushi. Pietro is Sicilian, so we're going to a lot of Italian restaurants, and also he's an amazing chef, so we're eating a lot at home as well.
Yeah, that's great. I love eating at home. Alberto's a wonderful, wonderful cook, so we're eating at home. It's also better for the diet.
Yes.
Better for the pocketbook.
Yes.
Better for the couple. What else do you like to do when people come here? You said you like to stay home, but if people come here and ask you, Eliad, where can I go have some fun? Whether it's gay or straight, where would you tell them to go?
So normally when I have friends visiting, first thing I will take them around the day to the beach, stay on the beach, chill, relax. Then I will take them to one of the restaurants close to Ocean Drive. We have a nice lunch. Sometimes we go back to the beach to see the sunset, then go home, shower, then go to a nice restaurant. If it's the weekend, we can go out. If it's like a special weekend, I can take them to a big party.
Yeah.
But if it's not, I'd rather keep it more chill.
I don't even know where to go anymore. You know, it's so interesting because in the gay world, I feel like in Miami Beach, really the only bar that is open 5 nights a week is Twist, which just celebrated its 32nd year anniversary.
Wow.
And I was actually there at the opening night. I was 10. I snuck in. But where else do people
You
go?
were 10? What?
It's a joke. It's a joke.
Like, okay.
I'm not capping to more than 42, okay? So, I don't know. Like when I have friends that are in town that are looking for something specifically gay, I don't even know where to tell them to go.
Well, there is the Palace, which is always fun, the brunch, the experience to see the drag queens jumping from the buses. And it's also super fun, and they have a nice rooftop. But you know what? I feel like Miami right now, it's booming. Everybody's moving here. We need more fun places for the LGBTQ plus community. I feel like we need more diverse places in Miami Beach, in downtown, in Brickell. I feel like we can do better.
I think so too. I mean, I have another friend, Edison Farrow, who's been producing this pop-up Lincoln Road rooftop party. Sometimes it's busy, sometimes it's less busy, but I always like to support local businesses. I also think that like we've become so mixed in our community that a lot of gay people don't want to go to a specifically gay venue. They just want to go to a fun venue with good music, good drinks, good food. I'm not sure. I usually tell people to go to Faena because I really like the bar there.
Yes.
Our friend Robbie Elias, who I think you also just did something with.
Oh, Robbie, yes.
Yes.
Which he just performed with me in Pride. Yeah, our song coming out in August.
August. Wow. Stay
Yes.
tuned, everybody.
Yeah.
August for a new song with Robbie Elias. Until then, you can catch Robbie most Saturdays at Faena, and it's so nice.
Yes.
Kind of expensive, but, you know,
Yeah.
it's a nice place to go.
We spend the weekend. Pietro is a member, so we go in there. We spend the day at the beach, and then we go to see some of the shows. Yeah,
That's nice. I think Faena is a really good hot spot.
it is.
What else? What other hotels do you like? Where would you recommend to people if they were coming to stay here?
I mean, the one hotel is super nice, great location, super fun, rooftop. It's nice. I know the Soho House. People really like the hotel there. The views are amazing. I have a question for you.
Oh.
What's going on with Michael Gongora, the commissioner of Miami Beach?
Well, you know, I served my 3rd term, and the law told me I can't be a commissioner anymore.
You can.
No, I'm termed out. So I ran for mayor. I came in a close second, but there's no consolation prizes for second place. So I am focused on my law career. I am a community association lawyer representing condos, and we are super busy. Just like Pietro, I know, is in real estate. Like the real estate market is hot. The market that works around real estate, like what I do, is hot.
Yeah.
So it's been really busy. And I'm figuring out what else I want to do. I'm traveling. I'm getting ready to go away myself. Alberto and I are doing a trip out west. We're going to spend 4th of July in San Francisco.
Oh, nice.
with
You
my-
were just in Italy together.
We went.
I love your stories. You guys had the best time.
We travel a lot.
Yeah.
So stay tuned. If anybody wants to follow us as well. I don't have 1.4 million followers, but I try
Yet.
to keep it interesting.
Yet.
I try to keep it interesting. Michael C. Gongora at Instagram. And the reason I had to put the C is there is another younger, gayer Michael Gongora out there. And he took my name and he took my handle.
Nerve.
And then he had the audacity to tell me that he needed me to give up my Twitter handle of Michael Gongora because he wanted it too.
Oh my God.
So anyway, he's great. I follow him. I like his stories. Shout out to you, young Michael Gongora.
I guess you didn't give up your Twitter account.
No, or X. I think we're now X. But yeah, I'm keeping all my handles.
Okay, good.
So what else? We haven't hung out in a little while. I've seen you at a couple of performances. But what do you guys do? Do you have other friends that are couples? Do you double date? Do you have a group of friends? I feel like every time I see you, there's a party. And I know you did a party not too long ago. And if I remember correctly, you have the same manager as another local celebrity, LGBTQ local celebrity, Julia Lamagova from Real Housewives of Miami.
Yes.
Is that correct?
Yeah, Spencer. Shout out to Spencer. He's the he's the publicist. He's doing a lot of PR. He lives in LA. He's amazing. And Julia as well. I love Julia.
Yeah.
They came to the party, and it was so much fun. Yeah.
I love Julia too. Her and Martina did endorse me for mayor, I might add. So thank you, ladies. They are Miami Beach residents. Do you watch the show? Do you watch Real Housewives of Miami?
I barely watch TV. Yeah. So
No.
this month, for example, I have seven events in 7 cities. I did Miami Beach Pride, the Pride Month. Then I did Washington War Pride. Then day after, I flew to LA. I played in a pool party in Bel Air. Then on Sunday, I played in Long Beach on Queen Mary on a wedding. Then I flew to London. Then I came back. I went to Houston last weekend, and this weekend I'm going to New York. So when you're on this, the only thing I'm watching is Netflix. I'm downloading stuff for the flights, and I'm watching stuff. But when I don't fly, I'm not start to follow like too many TV shows and stuff. I want to spend time with my partner, with my friends, FaceTime with my family, my dogs. I have 3 dogs.
You have the cutest dogs. I see them on Instagram all the time.
Yeah.
All right. Eliad, so what is next? What is next for you? What do you see happening this year, and what is your future goal?
Well, next for me, people always tell me, what's your plans in 5 and 10 years? And from my experience with myself, I always follow my intuition. And, I can go to sleep tonight, and then I wake up at 3 a.m. and then I'm like, wait a moment, why don't I do this? And then I write it down, I wake up, and I start work on it. So it's the same when I started my swimsuit collection. I never thought I'm going to do a swimsuit collection or T-shirt and underwear, but then I just felt it right. So I just follow my heart, and I follow my intuition, and I do stuff that I like, stuff that I'm interested in. Right now, music is my life. I want to continue producing music. I want to do big concerts. I want to continue to travel the world, and I don't know, just be happy.
That's the most important thing. And as we celebrate Pride, we talk about gay culture. Gay, actually means happy. I don't know how it became the slang for homosexual, but that's before our time. I think there's going to be a big future ahead for you. I think at some point we're going to see a DJ, producer, remix Grammy. We'll be back in LA watching you up on that stage, claim your prize.
Amen to that.
So before we tune out today, what can you share with us? What future music do you know is in the pipeline that we have to look forward to this year?
So to be honest, right now I have more than 10 songs that they're ready. I'm waiting because I'm thinking maybe in September to release an album.
Oh, yay.
Yes, it would be my first album. So far, I released singles, Now I've already and before, when I finished to work on single, I'm like, okay, I'm going to release it. Now I'm like, okay, I have the upcoming July, August, everything already planned. And then for September, I think I would just maybe release 10 or 12 songs for my first album. So I'm super excited.
All right, everybody, stay tuned. September, we're looking for the first album release by Eliad Cohen, music producer. Are we going to do a kickoff event in Miami Beach?
Hell yeah, of course.
Okay, everybody.
Big party.
And where can people find you? Where can people look you up if they want to follow you?
So on all music platforms is my name, Eliad Cohen. Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, the same. Yeah, Eliad Cohen.
All right, everybody.
I don't have a stage name. It's my name.
Eliad Cohen, Michael Gongora. Happy Pride Month, my friends. Thank you for being here. Look out for us. We'll be back next month with the next Voice of Miami Beach as we continue to talk about the people that make South Florida interesting. Until then, happy Pride.